I have reached my musical renaissance. Let me explain. So we all love music, right? Music is a core part of us as people. Music can express emotions and memories, but I'm sure you know this though. It's like a gesture that can bring you unconditional joy. But what happens when you lock that gesture up and tell it to make you laugh endlessly? Of course, at first it's hilarious, then it gets you to giggle every now and then, but eventually it just lacks that feeling of unpredictability. Like you know what you're getting. The same old jokes. You need something different, more adventurous, expensive. You see, this was me. I started my musical journey primarily listening to hip hop, but eventually I was stuck in a box. I loved the music I was listening to. I was listening to artists that I consider the GOATs to this day, but at the end of the day, I was listening to the same artists. I wasn't even that diverse as far as hip hop goes too. But one day, with one song, all that changed. But before we get into that, so y'all can truly understand my musical upbringings, I have to give y'all the rundown. So it all started in early 2022. For some reason, my parents became heavy on putting us onto music. My dad listened to a lot of southern rappers like Lil Wayne, UGK, and people from that scene. While my mom was more big on R&B and a lot of 2000s mainstream rappers. One of those being Kanye West. And I was always listening to their music because outside of the radio, most songs that I liked came from their playlists. So obviously with them recommending it a lot and talking about it so strongly, I wanted to see what the hype was about. So I decided to listen to Ye because I had loved songs I heard from him as a kid. Songs like Touch the Sky and Good Life and Flashing Lights. So I listened to Graduation first, then College Dropout, then Late Registration, and then to the next album and thereon. And bro, when I tell you I used to listen to the College Trilogy all the time when I first started listening to Kanye, I mean it. And this was before I had a streaming app on my phone, so I just listened to straight YouTube audios. So with the help of the internet, I got into Kendrick Lamar, then Travis Scott, then Drake, and you know how it works. I started to listen to a bunch of other rap artists, and this is how I ended up finding some of my favorite albums ever. But at some point, I was just listening to the same artist. I would listen to a different person's album, but give it only one listen. Part of this is because of my tendency to procrastinate experiencing things. But another reason is I just wanted to be on the same page as the content creators I watch and have a sense of music wisdom. But sometimes it just felt forced, like my heart wasn't truly in it. But we get to 2024 where things start to change. And that was for a lot of things in my life. Like this year was one of the best years in my life. A lot of great moments, and there was a lot of music stuff going on, especially in the hip-hop side of things. But the song that started all of this changed my life forever. And now in 2025, my music taste has been reborn, and I'm currently in my musical renaissance. Now I know what you're asking. What song could have possibly started this monumental movement? Well, so, Tek It. Gosh, I love this song. When I first heard it, something just waved over me. I had never heard anything like it. The way the song starts off fresh and chill, but over time becomes more and more atmospheric. It just feels like this song is taking you on a magical journey through the hardships of a breakup. This song flipped me upside down and got me to be much more experimental with my music taste. This song is just so easy to replay over and over. I hate to admit it, but I first discovered this song on Snapchat Spotlight. Yeah, I bet you never heard that one before. It was on one of those AI ball race things. And although I don't support AI in any music media unless it's for a laugh, I somehow just couldn't resist the high notes coming from Gumball Watterson. But I'm glad I actually took those videos somewhat seriously because I would have never heard this amazing song. Now that you've heard my long backstory, let me tell you about some of the artists I've listened to during this era. So for starters, we got Cafune. So of course, after falling in love with the musical spectacle that is Tek It, I would want to hear more from the artist that created the song, Cafune. Fun fact, Cafune, according to Google, is the act of tenderly running your fingers through someone's hair, often as an expression of affection. Now, I don't know if the duo named themselves that because of that, but it was so extra bounty points. So the first body of work I heard from the group, which is also one of my favorite projects I've heard recently, their first official album, Running. This album is phenomenal. It's very short and concise with only 9 tracks, and the vocal performances are just astonishing. The entire album is submerged in amazing production, just giving you straight ear candy the whole time. You have your very chill songs like Talk and Running, the more atmospheric sounding ones like Empty Tricks, beautiful vocals from songs like Want Me Out and Everyone Knows, and my personal favorite besides Tek It, of course, Live It Back Down and Reconsider. With Live It Back Down, you have that euphoric pre-chorus followed by that catchy chorus. Ooh wee. And with Reconsider, just swap around what I said for Live It Back Down and it applies here. But yeah, truly an amazing album. Some other songs I like from Cafune will be Perspective and Demise off of Love Songs for the End. Both really good, Demise being my favorite of the two. Just a very catchy song and a relatable message. Lay Low and Warm Body from Love Songs for Other People are also really good. These songs sound a little more popish, if that makes sense, but I think they're really quality, especially for an earlier state of the group. Recently they dropped a single for their upcoming album, Bright Reality. The song is titled E-Asphyxiation, I think that's how you pronounce it, and it's just classic Cafune. I really love this song and I'm excited for the new album. It's a little longer than the rest of their albums, having 12 songs, and it releases September 12th, so if you're a Cafune fan or you're just interested because of the video, keep a lookout. I really like the album cover, by the way. Being a CD with dry paint all over it and the Cafune and cursive with paint is fire to me. But yeah, Cafune has played a big role into getting me into alternative music and music in general. So the next artist I gotta talk about is none other than the realest, the grimiest, the big ultra, Denzel Curry. Denzel gotta be one of the rawest rappers out right now, and he has one of the best discographies of modern hip-hop. So before we discuss the music, what got me into Denzel in the first place? Well, I had first heard of him in 2022 because he had released his 4th album, Melt My Eyes See Your Future. And after hearing praise for it, I finally listened to it on New Year's Eve. That was also the same night I listened to The Forever Story by J.I.D. for the first time. But yeah, later at some point I listened to Zoo. Then towards the end of the year, I listened to his latest album. And at the beginning of this year, I went ahead and listened to the rest of his albums. Now, the reason I said Zell's discography is one of the best in modern rap is because of his consistent quality in each project. He's an artist who switches from conscious rap to a more southern style of hip-hop. One thing I love about his records is that no one album sounds the same. Melt My Eyes has this more jazz hop sound, while Taboo is this alternative rap album that has a mix of trap, conscious rap, hardcore rap, and a little trap metal, even on the banger-centric albums. Zoo has this Florida hip-hop vibe, while King of the Mischievous South V2 has the complete southern vibe. There's Florida in there, some Texas, a little bit of Atlanta, just all places of the South sprinkled in that album. Now I want to talk about all his albums real quick, but also rate them in the order I present them. And remember, this is my opinion, so it's okay if we think differently. And in the comments, let me know, how would you rank Zell's albums? So last but certainly not least, we got Zoo. This album is really good to me, but compared to his others, it's definitely the least great. When I first heard this, I was a little shell-shocked by how differently it sounded compared to Melt My Eyes, but I was still rocking with it. Just a bunch of bangers, and I love the energy Denzel displayed here. My favorite songs are Zoo and Ricky, both mega bangers, especially Ricky. And yeah, so on to number 4, we have King of the Mischievous South, Volume 2. I love this album, man. Well, it's more like a mixtape, really. Anyway, I love the album cover, the name, the vibes. I resonate with this one because I've been listening to southern rap through my dad all my life. So this hits close to home, and this album is really like a love letter to the South. It's hard to pick my favorite songs, but ultimately I have Cold Pimp, Hot Ones, Black Flag Freestyle, and Scared, all highlights for me. Wishlist is my second favorite. The message is good, and Zell and Armani White just go insane on this beat. And my favorite is Ultra. The grimy vocals, the flows, the chorus, the pre-chorus, just an overall amazing track. At number 3, we got Taboo. I know people are going to be shocked that it's at 3, but the top 2 are just too good. I mean, this truly is an amazing album. The dark vibes, the insane rapping performances, the lyricism, the content matter, all top notch. I love how he talks about the industry in this album. It truly has no weaknesses. I also like how the album is split into 3 parts. Some of my favorite songs are Perks, The Blackest Balloon, Black Metal Terrorist, Cloud Cobain, and my top 3 are Vengeance, just 3 artists going insane, love this energy. Sirens, just a classic Denzel and Jid mashup, and this might be Jid's best feature ever. And Black Balloons, a trippy, catchy, melodic banger. At 2, we got Imperial. I was truly shocked by how good this album was. It doesn't nearly get as much talk as it should. The subject matter is really good. He explains how it was growing up in his environment and how it still defines him to this day. All the messages and the verses and the production, ooh. I kind of feel like this is Zell's rendition of A Good Kid, Mad City. Obviously they don't sound the same, but it just gives off that same vibe. I think the album is also a beautiful mix between conscious rap and trap music. My favorite songs would be Good Night, 12 and Denzel Just Don't Miss, just a fun upbeat song. Zenith, Denzel just goes crazy and Joey but feels at home on this beat. This life, an introspective melodic song about Zell's relationship history. If Tomorrow's Not Here, just a beautiful song, beautiful message, and perfect outro. And last, the best song, ULT, just raw raps coming from Denzel, a fire beat, and a perfect intro to the album. And lastly, Denzel Curry's best album, Melt My Eyes See Your Future. This is a perfect album. It's a mixture of southern hip-hop, jazz rap, trap, and a little neo-soul. Denzel really dropped you into a world with this album. Just some gorgeous melodic sounds, insane production, and eerie vibes. My favorite songs are all of them. But in all seriousness, Melt Session number 1, Denzel is just really honest on this track and I love it. Walking, just a beautiful song and it's very encouraging too. A personal favorite of mine has always been Mental, very chill, vibey song. And lastly, my favorite, Ain't No Way. Just an insane posse cut, amazing verses from all artists, great hook from Black, great background vocals and production. Just, chef's kiss. I just wish Jiz's verse was longer. And that's how I will rank all of Denzel Curry's albums. He's my favorite rapper right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if he turns out to be my most listened to artist of this year. Now, luckily, during my music expansion, I broke the language barrier. Now, obviously, if you've been around or just look at the channel page, you could tell I'm a big anime fan. And I feel like there comes a point in every anime fan's life where they realize that openings slap like hard. And you won't believe this, but at some point you form an opinion on them. And get this, you listen to the full version of the songs. And craziest of all, they stay in your rotation. Insane, right? Now, if you've seen this video, you would know Bleach is my favorite anime. And it's also the first anime I ever did this to. I remember my first time watching the show, and I was just getting into the Wake Up Mundo art. And this banger comes on. After Dark has been my favorite anime opening ever since then. Now time goes on and I listen to other anime bangers on the regular. Then I got to a point where I was listening to After Dark a lot. Then I was listening to Rewrite a lot. Then I was listening to Reread a lot. And wait a minute. So Asian Kung Fu Generation. Bro, I love this band. Now, I must admit, I'm still relatively a new fan, so I've only listened to 2 of their albums so far. The first one being Sofa. Man, I really dig this album. It gives off a certain vibe that's just so chill but refreshing at the same time. Whenever I hear a song from this album, I just chill and enjoy life. I just enjoy what I'm doing in that moment. I will say a little bit of criticism off the first listen is that listening to the full album, the songs weren't too distinct from each other. Like you could easily mistake the sound of one song for another. Now that could be the case just because of the language barrier, or for only listening to it once, so I'm not too big on it. That being said, I do still really like this track list. My favorite songs other than the hits, because of course, are Shindo Kaku, To Your Town, Last Scene, and Lord Have Mercy. Mayanaka to My Hero no Yumi. Now the second album I listened to is no other than the incredible World. Did you really think I wasn't going to listen to the one that has After Dark on it? I love this album. It's just bursting with energy. It's truly a spectacle. I love the entire track list, but if I had to pick favorites other than AD, it would be number 9 for sure. To You, The Departing, A Town in Blue, and Rock and Roll, Morning Light Falls on You. Whew, long title. But yeah, I definitely consider myself a fan of AKG. I'm very excited to dive deeper into their discography. Let me know in the comments which album should I listen to next. They've really opened my eyes not only to J-Rock, but Japanese music and rock in general. Okay, speed round, because there's a couple more songs and albums I've heard this year that I have to mention. Starting with albums. For starters, I have to mention West Side Gun. I listened to Hitler Wears Hermes 8, Side 8, and B, and loved him. He might be in my top 5 most listened to artists of 2025. He definitely got me excited to listen to more boom bap rap. Next we got Food by MF Doom. This might be my favorite album I heard this year. I love the quirky production, the different media samples, and some timeless tracks on here. What y'all think is better, Food or Mad Villainy? Then there's the album More Than Just a Dream by Fitz and The Tantrum. I discovered the song Out of My League from a Stoked edit, and I fell in love with the song the more I listened to it. Then one random day I said F it and just listened to the album. Life-changing bike riding experience. A fire 80s sounding indie rock soul album. This was my first time hearing something like this. It just sounds so grand and you gotta play every song loud. And Fitz and The Tantrums are dropping a new album in August, so I'ma stay tuned to that. And you should too. And now the songs. First we got Love Me Not by Ray Villanet. I heard this song on a Scott Pilgrim edit. Shoutouts to Scout, and I've been bumping it ever since. This song is so good. I gotta listen to the album it's from. Next is Space Cowboy by Jamiroquai. A trippy, chill synth pop song. Very excited to get into Jim's discography. Feel It by David. This song is peak, just like Invincible. Duvet by Boa. This song is beautiful and the acoustic version is life-changing. I gotta hear more and I wanna watch Serial Experiment Lane so bad. Falling Behind by LaFay. LaFay just has this soothing voice, a very vibey, elegant song. It also fades really well into I Thought You Wanted to Dance by Tyler, the Creator. In My Head by Notori. This song hits like a truck and I love the chaos. A loud rock electronic banger. And great message too. Goodbye by Tuh. I first listened to this song at 3 in the morning on YouTube and it actually changed me. At least it felt like it. And now I really want to watch Sonny Boy. And last but most definitely not least, New Person, Same Mistakes by Tame Impala. A luxurious sounding song with a fire story behind it. I hear a lot of praise for Tame Impala and I understand it now. Currents is definitely on my radar. And that's the speed round. To sum it up, this year has been amazing for discovering new music. And it's only the beginning because this is just the start of my musical renaissance. Sup guys, so if you're hearing this, that means you made it to the end of the video. Now this video has been a long time coming, but school started back and the football season starting soon too. I might not be uploading as frequently as I would like to, but we still ball. I just want to say thank you for watching through the entire video. I enjoyed making it and it was a nice change of pace to talk about the music I like, so yeah. I also want to say thank you for hitting the like goal in the last video. It was my first like goal and it really meant something to me. If you've enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe because we're only going to get bigger and better. But that's all. Stay blessed, have a great week, and remember, real stars aren't afraid of the dark. See ya.